Hello, people out there. This is Dhananjay Suthar, innovation catalyst and community enthusiast, adding value to the startup ecosystem. And as promised, I'm here with this new episode of this podcast, which is entitled as In Conversation with Mr. Sitansu Mahapatra, who is a technical consultant at MyGov and National Informatics Center India of Government of India.
He works with MyGov team and NIC team, which is National Informatics Center. So everyone was aware about this. My government has taken a lot of day-to-day activities. They engage people. They do a lot of sessions with academics, institutes and entrepreneurs. So इसी के लिए हम लोगों ने एक छोटा सा webinar arrange किया है so that everyone, the startups who are working, they can effectively know about the My Government initiatives and how they can use the platform of MyGov, their data, so that they can integrate in their startup. They can take forward if they can want to use the open data. So over to you, Sitansu ji. Welcome and just I would like to have open the conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Saurabh. Hi, everyone. My name is Sitansu. I'm a part of a Government of India initiative called Open Government Data Platform. That is a platform where government shares all their data sets, whatever data sets government institutes, government departments, government ministries are generating by using public fund. So what government is doing, they generally publish all those data free of cost in a machine-readable format. Machine-readable means those datasets are available in JSON or CSV or XML or through an API, so that anybody could access those datasets and create innovative solutions out of that. That could be, an application could be possible, or let's say through you can create a dashboard or you can create reports, things like that. So we have till date we have more than 380,000 datasets now from various ministries and departments. Around 87 departments from the central government and around 84 departments from the state governments are already on board in this platform, and they are continuously sharing data. I just want to share my screen. Just hold on. I want to share the PowerPoint so that it will be easy for all of us to understand.
Right.
Just hold. Yeah. Achha, is it visible?
Right. It is visible.
The screen is visible, right?
Yes.
About open data, because open data is one of the widely used terminology in various parts of the world. So open data is generally the data which are machine readable, as well as those data are free to use, reuse and redistribute by anybody. That means you can use it, reuse it, or if required you could redistribute it further for any of your purpose you want. So that is the basic fundamental of open data. And how open data help actually. So this is a broader picture created by World Bank. If we have more open data, so we have more participation. That means people like you could participate more and could use it in a better way. Similarly, for academic people, they could use it for various research purposes. Let's say for developer and community people, they could use for their applications and other things. For government people, they could use it for things like data-driven decision making. Let's say we have more data so that you can take better decisions in terms of government functionality, in terms of spending government money, things like that. So that gives more participation opportunity, that gives more empowerment, that gives more transparency. Let's say many of you must know about a law called right to information. Many of us ask government for various information through this act, this right to RTI Act. So let's say we have more open data in place so that the number of RTI application will reduce. We have more data so that people will use that data and people will not ask for further RTIs. So that will increase transparency, that will increase accountability of the government in many cases. That's why this open data are in place. So I just want to take these slides little faster because these are more theories and how things are rolled up in government. I just want to show you that. So we have a policy called the National Data Sharing and Accessibility Policy. This is the Government of India policy. As per that policy, any government ministry department who are using public funds to accumulate data, to generate data, they are bound to release that data set for the public so that anybody could use that, and that should be in a machine readable format and free of cost. The basic fundamental is that should be the in a machine readable format and free of cost. These are the two basic fundamental principles of the policy. So now this is small comparison between the open data and closed data. So as we have already discussed, open data are the data sets which are machine readable and could be used, reused and redistributed. You don't have to take permission from anybody to use open data for commercial purpose also. I'm very specific because you people are from the startup community and you know what is the commercial value of any data. So you could use open data free of cost for commercial purpose also. However, the closed data sets are generally not in an open format and not you have to take permission to use them and you have to pay money to use them, things like that. These are just a small comparison between the two type of data available in the market. So this is a broader ecosystem of open data where we have leadership, like we have people who have created this policy to bring more open data into the system. We have a proper policy. I have already discussed about the National Data Sharing and Accessibility Policy. We have institutions like the ministry departments who are sharing this data. We have institutions like us, like NIC is one of the institutions who has created this platform, this open government data platform, so that anybody, any ministry department could come and share their data for the public good. Then we have application and co-creation, like you people, startups, academia and researchers, community people, anybody could use that and create applications. This is more, we call them data-driven innovations. We have capacity building, this is a capacity building exercise where you and me are talking to each other on a common topic like open data. I can show you where the data are there. I can give you the ingredients. Now it's your turn to create applications out of that or to create something innovative out of that. That is the capacity building exercise. Similarly, we have citizen engagement. We are engaging with each other through this common platform, through this common open data ecosystem. Then innovation and financing, once in a longer term, because this platform has created in 2014, so this is the 6th year of this platform. So during the 6th year, we have organized number of hackathons, events and other things. So lots of our hackathon winners are now become startups and entrepreneurs. What they have done, they were students when they have created these applications. Now they have scaled up these applications, they got funding for that, and now they are become a full-fledged startups, or you can say a full-fledged private limited company or something. Similarly, the technology and infrastructure is another part of this ecosystem. Again, this is the business ecosystem, how this business data really, the data sets are various kind of data we are hosting in the platform from various ministry departments. Some data are historic data. Let's say the rainfall data from 1901 to let's say till 2015 or 16, we have the data sets where you could find month-wise rainfall in various parts of the country. Similarly, month-wise temperature data from various parts of the country. So these kind of data sets could be used by a researcher to create a predictive model around that, like what could be the next 5 year scenario for rainfall or for temperature. This kind of scenarios could be taken out of those data sets. However, we have real-time data sets. I just want to share you something like, we have a data set called the Air Quality Index data. It's like Government of India, the Central Pollution Control Board, and the Meteorological Department have their sensors placed in various parts of the country to monitor the air quality in different cities. So we have data sets. We are exposing those data through APIs also. So this data set has the real-time air quality data, real-time air quality index. So any of you could accumulate that data, could consume that data and create solutions out of that. There are a number of applications if you could find in the Google Play Store also. Right now we have more than 10 to 15 applications. Those are using our data set, this AQI air quality index data, and create solutions out of that. Similarly, when the air quality index has increased in Delhi, the download of these applications are higher. I have done a case study also. Number of AQI applications, people generally download those applications during their requirements. So they are using those data sets. Similarly, we have many data sets which are like Mandi price. We have one data called Mandi price data. So these are some of the examples I want to share you how these are high value data sets. These data sets could be used for various purposes. Now this is the ecosystem I want to show you. This ecosystem is a broader ecosystem. So we have something like OGD, Open Government Data Platform, is a single point access platform where anybody could come and in a single window you could find all these data sets from various ministry department. So the right hand side is the consumer side, and the left hand side is the producer side. The producer side is more like the data catalogs, the workflow, because these data sets are coming through various ministries through a chief data officer. That means these data sets are verified by a particular government ministry department and published in this platform, so that you could get authentic data. That means whatever data you have available in this platform is 100% authentic and verified through a senior IS officer, senior IS or joint secretary level of for further use. So what is we have discussed about the ecosystem. So you could create analytics. You could download it. It's for your wish. You could take it further. So this is a video. I'll play the video in my last slide. Now this is very important. Now we are talking about something called GODL, Government Open Data License. This is, many of you must know about a license called
Sitansu, your voice is breaking.
Find this is 2, 3, 4, and there are number of the versions also. Or yeah.
A voice is breaking.
Okay.
आपका आवाज थोड़ा सा break.
Am I audible now?
हाँ अभी ठीक है, but बीच में थोड़ा सा मॉड्यूलेशन हो रहा था उसमें.
अच्छा, वॉइस इज सौरभ, am I audible?
हाँ अभी आ रहा है.
अभी audible है. So what I'll do, I'll just connect to my mobile also. If I'll disconnect from the laptop, like if my broadband has some issues, then I'll automatically convert it to my mobile connectivity also.
Right.
Just hold on, I'll do that. So let me share my screen again. Yeah.
Sure.
So we are talking about something called GODL. GODL is a licensing structure. This is called Government Open Data License. If you people are must know about a license called Creative Commons license, CC licensing, where this Wikipedia and other resources are using this kind of license structure. So Creative Commons, just like Creative Commons or GUI licensing, GODL is very similar kind of license structure, where this license allows you to use this open data set for commercial purpose also without asking the government. That means you have a process in place so that nobody will ask you why you have used this data for commercial purpose. So this license is very important, and this is a shield for startups. So anybody could use our data without asking us through this license. This license gives you that rights. Then, so what is the benefit of GODL? GODL give you, this is not a true license, this is more like terms and condition. So this license, as I told you, will give you an authority to use this data set for commercial purpose. So you could refer the license condition also. You don't have to do anything. Let's say you want to use our data for commercial purpose, you just have to give a courtesy like which ministry has submitted this data, so that that ministry will get the due credit. That is the only condition in this. Now come to the big picture, where we are talking about the size of this market, this open data market size. So this is a market size of open data. This was this is a survey by European Union, and this survey says the market size in EU is more than 206 billion euros, which is a huge market value. So we are doing a very similar survey in India also. In recent future, you will get the results also, like what is the market size in India of this open data. So this is again a similar study in UK. So it says the market size is around 325 billion euros. This is the direct market size between 2016 to 20, and this market is gradually increasing because as people must know, like in a daily basis, we are generating trillions of data. Let's say I get up in the morning, I use my Android phone, I generate data. When I travel to my office through a cab, or Uber, Ola, or some other cabs, so I generate data. When I use my phone, I use various applications like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, then Gmail. Everywhere I generate data. So I use my phone for calling. I generate data. So in a day, a single person is generating some gigabytes of data. So gradually, this is I'm talking about individuals. Let's say you talk about it as a very bigger group, then that number has increased spontaneously. So this data could be used in cross-sector manner. Let's say you could use your Uber data for your food delivery apps, or you could use your food delivery app data for your for some other application, things like that. So that's why these values are increasing day by day. And many of them are releasing some of their data points through APIs. If you could see the YouTube application, YouTube is sharing lots of their data through APIs free of cost. I mean to say, these data are anonymized data. This is not personal information, but you could find like what is the number of people searching for a particular keyword, or similarly Google is also doing the same thing, like what kind of keywords are in trending. And for a SEO kind of business, these data sets are very, very useful. Many SEO and other related, even for advertisement industry, for adverts and other online advertisement, for digital marketing people, this kind of data are really in much use, even for industries to spend their money on ad revenue. So there is a startup in Uttar Pradesh, in Noida, that is called Viduli. Most of you must know that Viduli. They generally work on this they are working on analytics, video analytics actually. So they give analytics service to various YouTube channel owners. Let's say I'm a YouTube channel owner. I'll take that service, this Viduli service. So they will suggest me what kind of video I should upload in my channel so that I could get maximum view, and that could be converted into maximum ROI, maximum return of investment of that video. Let's say I'm that is a very interesting case study. If possible, please visit their site and see how they work, like how that system works around data. Let's say I am a channel owner on I have a food blogger, or I am a food channel owner. So they will tell me so chicken curry in my channel so that I will get maximum hit out of that. So these kind of data, these micro level structures are already in place, and many of the startups are working around those. So these are the major sectors where you have more open data and you have more scopes. Even education, transport, consumer products, electrical, oil and natural gases, healthcare, consumer finance. These are the major sectors where the maximum focus are there. Even we have the majority of our data sets are around these sectors only. So this is the UK innovation. Sectors. Which sectors are more, prominent in terms of open data. So I'll show this is another video. I'll show you that video also. Yeah. So these are some companies who are really working on open data and came out with good solution. Site called Open Corporates. This is an international site where this particular site, what they have done, they have details of all the companies world over. Let's say you want to find the name or details of a particular company who is doing their business in UK or some in Germany or any part of the world. You could find the details from this site. So what they are doing, they are collecting data from various countries, from the concerned ministry who are managing like in India, we have this Ministry of Corporate Affairs who is managing all the details of this private limited company and other companies. So they take all these data sets and create this portal. And this portal is a huge databases, and they have lots of details. So let's say you want to do business with some company and you just want to know whether that company is a fake company or the company has some values, or whether that company is fit to do business with you. You could cross check with this kind of portals. Similarly, if in India also we have in the open data platform data.gov.in, if you go, you will find company details state-wise from Ministry of Corporate Affairs has released in an API format. So anybody wants to use that, they could consume that and they could use it for their own purpose also. Similarly, Mastodon C is also a portal where they use open data for agriculture purpose. Transport API is another platform where they use transport data to create innovative applications. Then AccuWeather, I just want to give you this example. Many of you must know about this portal called AccuWeather. AccuWeather is giving you data related to weather. In many of your phones, you will get alert of weather through AccuWeather channel also. So AccuWeather, what they are doing, they are collecting data from various sources, from various government sources and various private sources. They accumulate those data sets and they show it in their site. So again, I just want to give you two more examples where this BBC Data Lab and The Guardian, these are the newspapers, international newspaper, who use data for data journalism. Data journalism is a method of storytelling where they use data to tell you a story. So, and nowadays, in this scenario, in this COVID-19 situation, these storytelling method using data is one of the primary in the primary pages. Like in India, also we are doing lots of storytelling through data. I'll show you a couple of examples of COVID-19, how things are going on around that also in terms of data. these are some Indian companies I want to show those who are working around data, open data, and create their products. So how India lives is one of the organization. They are using data sets and create lots of good things around that. They generally create predictive models for companies. Let's say what kind of car. What is the car consumption in India? What kind of car people generally buys in a state like Gujarat or in a state like Maharashtra, or let's say in a state like Assam, things like that. What is the buying capacity of the people? How they consume car? What is the status of car in their life? Things like that. So they analyze all these data. They analyze the census data, the buying capacity, the GDP data, the production of car data, the selling of car data, and after that they will suggest a company what kind of car should Maruti send to Assam, whether that should be Maruti Alto 800 or that should be WagonR. What car should what is the focus of Maruti in Assam? What kind of car they should focus to sell in Assam so that they could sell more cars on that? So in that terms, many of the companies save lots of money in terms of taking decisions by using this data set. So how India lives work with various consumer sectors and various sectors on decision making, basically data driven decision making. So Social Cops is another comment is working very closely with this company. This was a startup. So nowadays they have they take good funding. If you want to see, you could find in Bloomberg, in Forbes also, below 40, in the below 40 report, millionaires below 40. There's a report generally comes in Forbes magazine. So you could find the founder of Social Cops also in the category. They got funded from Tata Fundings and others. So they was a startup like 3-4 years back. It was a very small startup, but nowadays they got good funding, and now that they're doing lots of good work. So what this company basically do, they are again in the same trade called data-driven decision making. They have created lots of good tools, to analyze data in a very good format. If you know about a couple of schemes like Ujjwala Yojana, you people must know about that. So that is a scheme where Government of India is distributing LPG cylinders to those who are below poverty line people. So these people really work hard to implement that scheme for the right beneficiary. What they have done, they have used the census data, they have do GPS tracking. They have do lots of good work on that. If you want to read about that, those case studies are also available in their site. If you want to read, you could okay, I got a couple of healthcare messages also. We'll discuss all these chat messages in a while once we finish this.
Sure.
Yeah. So whatever questions you have, you could just put that in the chat box,
right,
so that
right.
I could answer that question once we finish it. So similarly, DISA dashboard, if you could see this one, this is also implemented by Ministry of Rural Development, and that DISA dashboard is also supported by the Social Cops group. This is also a very good dashboard where the Ministry of Rural Development is monitoring all their schemes, whatever schemes they are in. So they are monitoring all these schemes, and they are monitoring their funding patterns, they are monitoring their growth level, things like that, their ROI and things like that through these dashboards. So this is again, they use lots of government open data to come out with these kind of solutions. Now in India also, just like BBC and Guardian, we have data-driven journalism in Hindu, in Huffington Post, in India Spends, in Boom. You must know about alt news also. So these people are using lots of open data to cross-check fake news also. There's lots of fake news are roaming around the COVID-19 case also, and before that also there's lots of fake news are going on around. So in many cases, these media houses are using open data patterns, available data sets on various websites, in government website, in OGD platform, and they cross-check the news content, and they could find out whether, okay, this is that fake news, or this news is not true, or this data set, whatever data they are publishing is not correct, things like that. then we have more. Okay, so I just want to show you a couple of applications we have got through our hackathons. So this one, the first one, I just want to share with you this one. This is a very good application called a Mandi Price app. As I have told you earlier also, we are sharing the Mandi Price. Mandi Price means mandis are a place where it's the marketplace where people, where farmers come and sell their products. Like it's like it could be maize, or it could be wheat, it could be rice, it could be potato, whatever. So Government of India has lots of mandis in various parts of the country, and these mandis have real-time price. These mandis have systems, and they are connected with a single database. So we get this data, this mandi price, every hour. This data is updating every hour. So let's say I'm a farmer, I'm sitting somewhere, I could find like what is the price of rice in a mandi near Rajkot. I could find that out. So what this application is doing, they are using the data sets available with us. We have provided this data APIs. They are using this mandi price API, and they have created this application. And what this application do, this application suggests a farmer like what is the best price he could get for his crop. Let's say I am a farmer and I have 500 kilos of wheat. So this application could suggest me, and by taking my location, this application could suggest me what is the nearest mandi and in which mandi I will get the best price, and which date or which month is the best time to sell my crop, so that I will get the maximum price out of that. So all these data analysis are done through the data sets we have published on data.gov.in. They are using these data sets. Similarly, this Tika application is our last year's winner. We have done a hackathon in 2018. So this Tika application is the winner of our last year. What this Tika application does, they generally they track the mother who is a pregnant mother, and track the child also. From the date of pregnancy, they are tracking the mother, and till the child turns 5. This application track that 5-year-old. This application track that mother and child, and they will suggest them what is the vaccination they should take and what time. Let's say month 1, or the after the birth date of the child. In 24 days they have to take X vaccine. In 28 days they have to take X vaccines. So what they are doing, they register this pregnant mother. They take the phone number and mail ID and everything, and they keep on sending messages. Let's say they keep on sending reminders. So this is a comment. They take this application was tested in 3-4 districts of Tamil Nadu, and now this is a very successful application. They put things like Mission Indradhanush is one of Government of India's program where they gives vaccination to children. So they are using all these data, and they are come out with this application. They were the winner in last year's hackathon. So this is the third. I just want to show you this one. This Data Cops. This is also an application. This is a predictive engine. So what these guys have done, they have taken data set of crime. So we have data from 1954 to around 2016 or 17. I think 17 till 17 we have data set of crime in India. So these data sets are published by an agency called National Crime Record Bureau. National Crime Record Bureau is an agency where under Ministry of Home Affairs. So these kids have taken this data, these college kids from Udaipur, from one of the engineering colleges in Udaipur. They have taken this data, they have used lots of AI/ML engines, and they have come out with this predictive engine. So what this predictive engine does, this predictive engine will tell you what would be the number of road accident in Nasik, or what could be the number of road accidents in Rajkot in the month of June in 2020. So they could predict it by analyzing the past data they have. So this is really a good initiative, and now the NCRBs also want to take this forward and use this engine as one of their product in their department, so that they could analyze the data in a better way. Even apart from that, this engine is also suggesting like how what should be the calculative measures should be taken to reduce the crime? Let's say it says, let's say you'll increase the number of women policing in various police stations. That will reduce your number of dowry related cases in India in that particular police station. So this was already tested in a couple of areas, and this really worked in a very good state. So these are some sectors I just want to show you where we have lots of data with us. So it's like health is, we have lots of data in health. Somebody was asking me, I think in the chat, like what kind of data we have in the health sector. I could give you examples like we have hospital location data where we have longitude, latitude also of the hospitals. We have infrastructure data, health infrastructure data like number of IUs doctors, number of other doctors, number of paramedical staffs in various hospitals, things like that. Apart from that, we have something called the National Health Survey every year. That is a Government of India initiative. So those data sets are already available through API in the platform. If you want, you could use that. So
many of the data, Sitansu ji, so do we have also we have this data regarding the PHC centers and all the primary healthcare centers in every village?
Yeah, lots of data. Yeah, in health infrastructure we have lots of data. And, the National Health and Family Survey. That survey generally do all these data. Come out with all these data that has your number of beds. These are all health infra data. Apart from that, you have doctors, you have paramedical staff, number of nurses, number of IUs doctors. These kind of data sets are already available. If you go to health sector, you will find all these data.
Right.
So we have agriculture data also, we have crime, we have parliamentary affairs, we have transport, water, education, All India Higher Education Survey, All India School Education Survey. These data sets are already available. So these are, okay, we have more than 80,000 data sets out of this whole 340,000 data sets. 80,000 data sets are real-time data. Those are updated on a particular interval through machine to machine. Is more like we are consuming their API and exposing it to the audience. So we are already, this is a little older figure, we have around 29,000 APIs are also available. So this is our community portal where anybody of you could come and write a blog or create a visualization or create infographics or something. This is our event portal. We are doing lots of events every year. We are doing one hackathon, and in between we have lots of workshops and seminars. So this is the last year's event. So these are some data set links. What we have, this is a very good data set. I just want to share you with this. This is called a Kisan call center data. So what this Government of India has this Kisan call center where any of the farmer could call and resolve their queries in various parts of the country. So what we have done, we have collected all these calls, like these are converted from speech to text actually, and these texts are available in OGT platform in open format. So let's say somebody can take this data and can create some NLP by using some NLP or AI. You could create some applications where you could know, let's say, in a month of June in Rajkot district, what kind of queries generally you get from the farmers. Let's say for a particular crop, let's say for cotton, what kind of problem generally farmers face in the month of February in Rajkot district. So you could analyze the calls, whatever calls records we have, and we have already text are there. So you could analyze that and you could come out with solutions. Let's say in the month of February you have more calls related to cotton crop and some pesticide or something in cotton. So you could suggest a solution for that also. Let's say you could suggest or you could predict, okay, this much amount of pesticides is required. You could combine this data with the temperature data. You could combine this data with the rainfall data, and you could find out a model like why this crop is getting this problem during this time, and you could give suggestive solution methods also. So similarly, the FDI, the real-time air quality, then the blood bank directory, you already have national hospital directory with geolocation. These data sets are AR Seva, all these airport details and airline details, then rural sanitation coverage, number of what number of these things are done. Apart from that, we have a separate portal called smartcities.data.gov.in. So what we have done, we have connected to all these 100 smart cities. Now these 100 smart city people are dumping their data, publishing their data in these data portals. So for a particular smart city also you will get data. And apart from that, we have a very good facility in the portal. Let's say you are not able to find a particular piece of data which you want. You could directly write to that particular ministry department or that smart city chief data officer. In each smart city, we have appointed one chief data officer. So you could directly write to them, let's say this data set is not available, will you please share the data with us? So generally they do. If that data, and the basic thumb rule of the portal is you will never find any data which is personal information. No PI is available. All the data sets are anonymized data. So there is nothing called personal or PII. Personally identifiable information are also not there. So this is about the open data thing. Now I'll show you a couple of other things also. What I just want to show you. So you could, let's say you want to access the data set, you just go to the page and you could find all these data sets here. You could filter it through the name of the ministry department or through name of the states or by sector. Let's say you want to see the sector specific data, you could see. You have jurisdiction with district level also. We have groups, things like that. So apart from that, you could have a free search also. You could find all these data set in this single window. You just search and use it. For APIs also, you just have to, you have a list of APIs. Yeah. So this page will give you the details of APIs we have. So now this data, we just got this data today only, this COVID related data sets. So you could use them also. I'll show you how we work on this data set and how on a daily basis we are creating infographics in this crisis time where people can get information. So these are all COVID related infographic we create every day, at least one, with the latest information we are getting from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this is today's fact sheet updated till 9 a.m. in the morning. So we gave you information like these, like what is the number of cases and other things. And apart from that, what is the trends, how they are changing and things like that. So these are the infographics. Anybody could want to use it. They could use it, and let's say you want to create some infographics, you could create and upload in our site. That is not an issue. This is an open site for everyone. So these are all COVID related. I just wanted to show you the graph also we have created. Yeah, these are the visualization we have created with. These are real-time API related to the number of cases in various states in India. So this is created by our internal team. So we use this Ministry of Health data and created this visualization. We have this visualization engine, visualize.data.gov.in. So anybody of you could use it also. This is a free of cost engine. Let's say you want to create a map or you want to create a any kind of graph by using data. This is a very simple tool. You just copy and paste your data and your visualization, your graph will create it automatically. So you could create up to district level. This is an authentic Government of India map. So all these longitude, latitude, everything is perfectly fixed in this map, because this is the Bharat map. We are taking this service from Bharat map, the Government of India authentic sources. So this is again the number of discharged patient. So this is another graph. So you could find number of discharged patient in various states. So these are we have created. Apart from that, using our data sets, a number of other people, number of other startups and others have also created some infographics. I just want to, we were talking about that company called How India Lives in my presentation. So this How India Lives has created this dashboard, so that I just want to take this call. Just hold on.
Sure.
So we have something called innovate.mygov.in. I just want to show this. This is a platform where we generally work with startups for innovative apps on any of the topics. Various ministry department come here. This is the platform where they can host a hackathon, they can host a competition for startups and other things. So right now we are going with a challenge on COVID-19. I think I have shared with Saurabh also, and Saurabh.
Yes, I have shared with everyone.
A couple of them are already under because those shortlisted and those were sent to the concerned person.
Your voice is not audible, Sitansu ji. Your voice is not audible, Sitansu ji.
Yeah, Saurabh, am I audible? You are not audible.
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes. अभी चल रहा है.
अभी चल रहा है. Okay. So this COVID-19 is also one of the thing is going on right now. This challenge, so anybody could want to participate. They could submit their. I think Saurabh has already submitted a couple of things, and I think I have cross-checked around 400 entries myself and put my comments on them. And apart from that, there's a team of others also, around 10-15 people. They are working on those entries, and they work around that, and we could find the solution also. We try to take those solutions and implement them in a proper way, so that could be used properly. Apart from that, if you could find, there are a lot of others. This cyber security challenge is one of the biggest challenge. I was talking about this to Saurabh last time also. I think the prize money is something down in crores. I think 1 crore or something. So yeah. So these are the prize amount. So you could find these eligibility criteria and other things also. So this is a very nice site, innovate.mygov.in. You could find it. Really, you people could use that. You could use the open data available in data.gov.in for commercial purpose also. For any purpose they want, they don't have to ask the government. That's it. So if you want, I could send you the license structure also. So this is the license structure. Then we have for the education we have some data sets. Just hold on, I have some more. Some recent Indian example. I have already given you example in the PPT. Social Corps is a very good platform. Those who are using really open data and based on open data. I can give you another example. There is a site called Brizo. I'll show you. This is again a IMI, Brizo.in. If you want, you people could see this also. They are using open data. Yeah. My screen is visible, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what they are using, I was talking about the air quality index, right? So this company is using data and create lot of good things around that. They are more in data-driven decision making. Look at this. So once we are in lockdown, everything is green. Otherwise, these are really red or orange. But still, Gujarat has a red signal.
Yes, it's
Lekhawada. That means it's 162 only. 162 is nothing. We are used to live in 1000 plus. The AQI is like PM 2.5 is 162, which is nothing actually. That is above 50 is hazardous. But in India, we are used to live in Delhi. We have 1200.
oh,
Sometimes it's 1200. Yes. So now it's in Delhi also. It's totally green. You could find. So you could check this site also, preso.in. Now this site is this company. What they are doing. Open data is what somebody asked me like. Just hold on. What is the question? Ask me about like. Give some Indian company example. This is one of the company. What I want to say, till date, open data is not a very matured, totally matured system in India. We have started like 4-5 years back, but internationally we have in a very good position now. So we are getting more data. Now what we are working with Invest India also, the Government of India, DIPP, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. So we are working with industry, with Invest India and Startup India also. Now what we are planning, now they are doing a survey also. I think most probably I'll give Saurabh's contact to them also. What they are doing now, they are asking the startup what kind of data really you need for your product. So once they finish with that survey, so that we'll try to publish all those data what we got from the demand side. Let's say we have a list of data sets on a particular sector. Let's say tourism, we have let's say 200 data sets. These data sets are very important. Let's say we'll publish these data so that lots of startups could use the data and get good products out of that. Then we'll definitely do that. We are already in the process actually. We have a couple of meetings with Invest India and Startup India. They're doing this survey, and most probably I'll give Saurabh's number so that they will contact him also for this. So what this BISO people does, they use AQI data like our data, the data sets provided by us, and they already bought lots of data, satellite images actually. So generally, you people must read on newspapers and other things like when the AQI level is higher in Delhi. Generally, the Delhi CM said like all these. This Haryana people and Punjab people are burning their crops in the field, so we are getting this. So what this company does, they take all these satellite images also for a particular dates, and they compare it whether the burning of crop is the only problem for this air quality, bad air quality, or there are some other problems. So they find out lots of good solutions, and they suggest the government also to do that. And now Internet and Mobile Association of India, IMI, is also funding them, and they're incubated in the IMI Gurgaon location actually. So this is a IMI incubation now. Recently, like 3-4 months back, they got this incubation. I think I have covered many of these things. We have to take all these chats, right? Just hold on. I'll take it. So we have more questions. We have educational data. I'm just sharing you health startup also. I'll share the link of health and education sector data. So you just find this data set. Let's say some data are not available, you could directly write to the chief data officer, as I told you. Just hold on, I'll share the links right away. So we have sectors.
So Dhananjay is there. Dhananjay?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, Dhananjay.
Yeah, am I audible to you? Am I audible to you, sir?
Dhananjay, are you?
Am I audible to you?
Yeah, these are lots of health-related data I want to share. We have more than 221,000 data sets related to health, and you want education also. Yeah, this is education. What a startup could come out with open data, any future government plans. But yes, what we are planning, like I think Dhananjay is giving asking this question. You may give some light on what sort of startup would come out this open data. Yes, AI definitely is one of the major thing. Apart from that, you could have NLPs also. Many of the natural language processing units could use our data and come out with good solutions. Healthcare is a very good sector. Then tourism is a very good sector. Education is a very good sector. I just give you an example. One of our winners last year, winner or runner up, I don't remember. Is not a winner actually. It's in top 10. So they got I think 20,000-30,000 that prize amount. What they have done, we have one data set like this. I was talking about this education data. So that is the survey data, like National Higher Education Survey, that is called National Higher Education Survey data. The data has lots of information about colleges. Let's say a particular college, what is the teacher strength, what is the student strength, what courses this college offers, things like that. This kind of information they have, number of labs, number of buildings, things like that. This infra and other related, number of lecturers and other things. So what this startup has done, they have created a game. So those that group is more in gamification and things like. So they have created a game for children. And let's say I am a student, I have in class 10th. So they have created a game for me. This is more like a quiz and mix and match game. I'll play that game, and after finishing up that game, they will tell me what is my IQ level and what kind of course I could choose. Okay, let's say I should go for journalism, or I should go for designing kind of courses, and I should go for some other courses. And after that, they have used our data and they will show you what is the nearest colleges for you. So these are the nearest college where I can get these kind of courses. And what is the cut-off marks? He has taken data from some other sources where he got the cut-off mark list of these colleges for that particular course, and they just put it. Like let's say you have this much of your mark is 300, so and you want to join journalism, so you will get, these are the colleges where you have a fair chance of getting a seat, things like that. So this is more like a mix and match of data and use of things like AI and ML, and you could come out with this kind of solutions. I could talk you something, one of the startups in IMI facility in Ranchi, what they are doing, they have this smart city, Ranchi smart city was, what Ranchi smart city has, Raipur. This is in Chhattisgarh, Raipur. So Raipur Smart City, what they have done, they have released this CCTV camera data of the traffic signal. I think they have installed something around 400 CCTV cameras in various signals. So they have released that CCTV data, and one of the startup has created a sensor, and they have asked the Raipur Smart City Authority to implement it in only one signal, just to test it, like whether that is working or not. What they are doing, they are taking all this data real time, and that sensor will tell you what is the timing of the traffic signals. Let's say from east side you have more traffic, so they will open that for 30 seconds, and from west side, let's say you have less traffic, they will close it for 30 seconds. Things like that. They analyze the real-time traffic data and created that sensor. That is really beautiful. So I have checked that. I have seen there probably that might implemented or not. I don't know, but I have checked that prototype, and that prototype is really working nice. Similarly, there is a Bangalore-based startup. We are in chat with them also. What they have done, they have created a ATM machine for medicines. It's just like a normal ATM machine where you could. This is a vending machine. This is a medicine vending machine actually. So what they have used lots of AI technology, and they have used, let's say, what they are planning now. They are planning to install it in your railway stations, in rural areas, and they will provide generic medicine. It's not like very specific, antibiotics and other things, but very generic medicine, and that cost very nominal. The one machine costs something around 10 lakh. The production cost is only 10 lakh rupees, which is like nothing for this kind of technology. So now they are using, is a screen, somebody could come and you could have a telemedicine. Now government is also allowed telemedicine during this lockdown period. So they have used those technologies, and they could use lots of data, like what kind of medicine consumption. I want to show you something else also. Let me find whether I have saved it or not. In Uttarakhand also, one of our teams are working for data, and what they have done, they have created a beautiful dashboard on health sector. Somebody was asking me for that health sector data. Just try to show you if I could find. Yeah, I'll show you. Just hold on. I'll show you. Yeah, I find it. Yeah, so this is the portal I want to show you. This is made by one of our teams in Uttarakhand, for the Uttarakhand government. So this is like a complete dashboard of health system in Uttarakhand by using data. So I can show you things like, yeah, so this is the dashboard. So let's say you have all these hospitals, number of hospital, district level, till date, the number of cases, male, female. We have medicine details also, OPD registration, OPD collection. Yeah, so this is the ambulance. You can track an ambulance real time also. So I'll show you that also on a map. So apart from that, all these medicines, like what kind of medicine stocks are there, what is the blood bank stocks, everything. This is a very, very beautiful dashboard created by the group. Number of seats available, number of vacant beds available in each hospital, things like that. So we are trying to take all these data in open format also in our portal. Right now this is in a closed system, so we are converting them, we are creating APIs, and we are working around them. So in very near future we'll try to release it in open format so that anybody could use. Similarly, we are talking with other state governments also, so that the number of data we make open, things will be more prosperous. Similarly, somebody I just want to see this. Yeah, this is the ambulance structure. Find like this red ambulance are on duty, and this gray ambulances are on by mode. So you see like yeah, ambulance, this particular ambulance. So this kind of applications we could create for a government facility or for a private facility also. Similarly, if you people must know about this IRCTC. So now IRCTC has opened this. I'm talking about this cameras. They have these cameras in their kitchens. All these IRCTC kitchens. So they have opened that cameras. Anybody could see the kitchen facility. Those are live CCTV cameras. Footages are live. You can see live CCTV footage. All these IRCTC kitchens. So at least you could find like whether your food is prepared in what condition. So these are live cameras. If you want, I could share those data sets, those footages also. So can you take some more question? I don't think we have gym data, but if the gym is registered as a private limited company, then we have, yes. Otherwise, if that is not registered, then no, because we take data from a source. So if that is registered, then as a private limited company, then all this private limited company details we have. So you could find that out.
There is one question of employment related data. So how that is the government is dealing with the employment related
data? We have some actually. If you go to our census related data, but census does census are once in 10 years. But we have some data in census. Apart from that, we have some skill development data actually. From the Ministry of Skill Development, we have some data sets. You will find that out. That is available.
Ministry of Skill Development.
Skill development, yes. Like the number of centers they have. Apart from that, I just want to show you the MSME. We have right now the real-time MSME data. If somebody wants, they could create a good dashboard or they could create a good app for MSMEs. So we have, most of you must have registered for something called Udyog Aadhaar for these MSMEs. So what these MSMEs are doing, they are getting a number just like an Aadhaar number for their MSME units. So we have real-time data. Whatever new MSMEs are registered under Udyog Aadhaar, we have all these data. Let's say some of you could take those data set and create an application for MSMEs. What I could suggest, let's say, what government is also planning on a very similar line. Let's say there's a printing press. They have registered as a MSME. And my printing press, I'm a printing press owner, and my press is working, let's say, from morning 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening. From 7 o'clock in the evening till next morning 8 o'clock, my press is closed. And let's say I want to rent my machines during that time, and there is a newspaper owner who want to print the newspaper. So I could rent my machineries to them, my facility to them for that particular time frame, and somebody could produce something out of that. So those kind of stuffs could be created. Those kind of platforms could be created where I can share my offer, and somebody could take my offer. These kind of platforms could be created out of these data sets, because these data sets have the details of that industry, the location, their pin code, their number of employees, what they are doing, things like that, their strength and weaknesses and all. So let's say you just plot over a map, you could find out you could create clusters. Let's say around Rajkot, what is the cluster? You could find number of automobiles industries are higher. Or let's say near Kanpur, you'll find number of leather units are the number of leather units are higher. So you could plan things according to those clusters also. Let's say somebody wants to, I am a leather manufacturer, or I am a leather supplier, I am supplying leather to the manufacturers. So I could find what is the best place for me, So those kind of things could be planned around those data sets. MSME is a lot of good data available.
So we have a question from Broken Blooms. Yash from Broken Blooms. Are you available here? Yash? Broken Blooms. हेलो यश.
Yes sir, I am available.
आप बोलो, आपके क्वेश्चंस जो है एक बार आप
होम्योपैथिक एंड आयुर्वेदिक ड्रग मैन्युफैक्चरर, राइट? यस.
नहीं डॉक्टर यश इज डिफरेंट एंड यश इज
अच्छा.
Yeah, my name is also Yash Bhatt.
Yes.
So my question is to related some FMCG products and organic products related to garden and some pot and fertilizer, or related to some even you had asked about Ayurvedic things, herbal things. So how can you
So we have two data set as per my memory is concerned. You could find lots of good stuff in MSME stuff, like who are the manufacturer of these kind of things. Those who are already registered as MSMEs, Ayurvedic medicines and other things. So in MSME database you could find that. In the MCA database also, we have a MCA database also, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So which are the companies who are working around these fields, you could find that. Apart from that, in the health data, we have the number of Ayush doctors and other data sets are there. So you could find these three things.
And what about FMCG?
FMCG, we have listed. What kind of data you are really looking for FMCG? Are you looking for some export,
about like
data or
herbal shops or shampoos or like related
for
to
FMCG? We really don't have this kind of data actually. As per my knowledge is concerned, I think we don't have.
Detailed data. That's why
detailed data. Yes.
Household data.
Household data you could find. Household data in terms of census data are there, like what is the consumption pattern, how people consume, like what stuffs they have in their houses. These kind of data sets are already there, like fridge, TV, electronics.
I'm
whether they use those kind of data sets are already there in the census. Generally, we have this household data.
Thank you.
You could find.
So next question is from Dr. Bhatt. So Dr. Bhatt
is here. Asking registered homeopathic and Ayurvedic drug manufacturer. As I told you, we have data for those. If they have registered as a company in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, then you will find the data. Or if they registered as a MSME. So in both cases, we have the data sets. So if they are registered, then you will find.
Thank you.
Dhananjay ji is asking for that. Local government actually, we are trying to rush to the local government. Right now, the focus is more on the national level data first. So we are catering national level data. Gradually, we are targeting smart cities, and all smart cities are already on board. Now we are targeting states. We have already started working with 7-8 states: Tamil Nadu, then Telangana, then Sikkim. Then we have Gujarat. We have Karnataka. We have Kerala. These states are on board, and even Odisha is on board. So gradually, we'll reach to the local level also. Definitely, local level still we have this file system is working, but gradually we'll try to fetch. It will take some time, but it will.
Okay.
Any other question? I'm just checking whether we have more questions. Business model. Somebody is asking. Dhananjay ji is asking about the business model. Business model they work on. I think if. No, what we are suggesting like you have to take startup. As I told you, AI is one of the bigger platform nowadays. So open data is one of your sources. Right now we don't have in that position where open data is your sole source. So open data will be one of your sources, as I have given you an example. So there is an ATM medicine vending machine, one of the startups is creating. What they are using our PIN code data, they are using our hospital data, they are using our medicine consumption data, and they have created an AI engine around that, and they have put it in their ATM vending machine, so that the machine will work in a very effective way. So that is the only solution we could provide to them right now. Similarly, we have, as I mentioned, we have PIN code directory. It is sourced from the Ministry of Post. Anybody could use it. So lots of this e-commerce applications are using our API to deliver their products. Our API, pin code API. So this open data could be helpful for you to to put toppings over your business, or let's say you could cross connect 2-3 sectors and you could come out with good solution. That is also possible. You could come out with good practices and other things. So as far as the monetization is concerned, as you are asking about monetization and how somebody could get profit out of that, I can give you examples of this social corps. I can give you examples of How India Lives. I'll give you examples of Viduli, I was talking about this video analytics platform. What they are doing, as I told you, they will suggest you what kind of video you should upload. At the same time, many of the manufacturer and advertiser, let's say Godrej is a company or Tata is a company. As a company, Tata has some revenue for digital advertisement. Well, let's say I am watching a YouTube video, I'll get an advertisement, right, before playing my video. So this company, this Viduli Analytics, will tell him in which channels they will put their ads so that they will get maximum ROI, right? So they analyze that, they analyze the patterns, they analyze the structure of the viewer, they analyze the viewer character, they analyze the viewer demography, they analyze the viewer age, education qualification, things like that, and they suggest companies. So these kind of models you could create. Predictive engines, because you are talking about AI, in AI predictive engines are like nothing like that. You could create lots of good stuff around that. That will really work. Okay.
Thank you, people. I hope I was able to add value to this. Let me know what else do you wish to make me cover in the next upcoming episodes. You can write me up at connect@dhananjaysuthar.com. I'll be more than happy to help you in every possible manner. Looking forward for your love and support. Wish you guys post and more. Stay tuned for more such interesting and insightful episodes.